Guys, welcome back. I'm back at AppleYard Motorcycles. Now, you can see behind me, this is the demo fleet, I believe. So, if you are looking at a new bike, you've got loads to try here. Let's have a look at which bike from this demo fleet I'm taking out today. And it's raining again. Of course it's bloody raining again. There it is. So it's only the CFMoto NK800. Now, this bike for me is one that really does interest me because I'm a big fan of KTM Super Duke in all different engine sizes, from the big 1290 or 13, whatever it is now, down to the 125s. Great bikes. This is based on the 790, same engine, so I'm expecting very good things from it. Now, difference being, these, I think, are an absolute steal in comparison. They're using the same beating heart, same engine, but looks-wise completely different to the Duke. And these price-wise, again, very different to the Duke. So these, depending on the variant you go for, there's a couple of different ones, but they start at 6,999 and they go up to 7,500 as near as damn it. So there's a couple of variants. But what do you think? Let me know what you think about the looks. I do believe, and I stand by it, I think these are nicer looking bikes. They're producing nicer looking bikes than KTM. They are. I don't like the light setup at the front of KTM's. I know some people love them, but I don't personally. Let's have a look around this bike the usual way and let me know in the comments what you think about it. There is the sexy close-up. Now, what do you think? Usual on brakes. Brakes-wise, I think they're supposed to be quite comparable to your Brembos. And the last bike I went on with these, yeah, they were very good, to be fair, even in horrendous wet weather like we've got today. Exhaust. I like how that looks. It's quite stylish. 799cc. Again, stats-wise, I don't tend to throw a lot out at you because I don't want to bore you with all that stuff. But I have got a few things to tell you. So that engine produces 79 Newton meters of torque. It's got some KYB, I believe, adjustable suspension. Every time I'm out in the rain, standard, I'm getting soaked again. But it's worth it. I've said it time and time again. I'm not a big believer in reviewing a bike for you in manufactured settings. So it's all well and good. You get a bike like this, you could go and do the coastal roads of Italy, Spain, wherever, and it all looks very beautiful and the road conditions are perfect and all of that stuff, but we're not buying a bike to ride around there, or we're certainly not in the UK. We're buying it to ride around in crap weather like this. So I think you've got to see what these bikes are like in real world riding, not just the perfect ride, which is what you always get when you're going reviewing bikes abroad. Plus, nobody ever invites me to that kind of stuff. Can't blame them, really. I'm used to wet. I wouldn't know what to do in the sunshine. Anyway, next thing, seat height. I know I'm repeating myself for people who've watched before, but I'm only small. I'm 5'8", 29-inch inseam, little legs. This bike's got an 820mm seat height, which I think is quite tall. Anything kind of above 800 tends to be quite tall for somebody with short legs. But I'll throw my leg over, we'll see how it fits me. Well, that's not too bad, actually. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm very close to getting my heels down. Yeah, decent. Now, comfort, the seat feels quite wide, but it doesn't feel really, really padded. It is quite a sporty riding position without being bent over the tank. I have got a slight bend in my back, but it's not uncomfortable. It's not something that would put me off riding all day. Actually, I'm really looking forward to the ride on this because it kind of feels a little bit brutal, and I'm looking forward to that, just to get out on these local country lanes again and give it a blast. Let's have a look at our buttons. There's a lot of them. Look at that setup. There is a lot going on here. There's a lot of stuff to play with. So you can see we have got, you've got your horn, you've got your indicators, you've got this, which is a sort of menu setup. I'll show you that on the screen very shortly. You've got different functions. I mean, that looks like there's voice activation. I'll have to have a play with that. These are all to do with the menu screen. I'll show you it in a sec. There's a lot going on there. You've got cruise control, so you've got your up and down and your set. You've got a flash. This bike is keyless as well, so there is nowhere to put your key in the centre. You've got to have the key in your pocket or just kind of on you somewhere. You've got this to switch you on and switch you off, and then you've got your engine start, and you've also got your hazard lights up top. Now, screen wise, it actually does remind me of a little tablet. But let's switch it on, let's see what it looks like. Nice. That's actually a nice setup, that. I like that. I don't know whether, I mean, it's just different, isn't it, having a screen? It just seems to go on and on and on. What have we got here? Please use the system while observing traffic rules. I like that. A nice little telling off before you even get going. Yeah, like it. Oh my god. That was like... No. That's touchscreen. Why did I not know that? Oh no, this has just blown me away. I didn't know that. So this whole thing is touchscreen, and it has got Apple CarPlay built in. Yeah, right, okay, we've got a winner. That is really good, actually. The way that touchscreen works, I said it was like a tablet, and it actually feels like that as well. Really responsive when you're pressing it. I've seen the Honda Africa Twin, the touchscreen takes about 10 days to load up, and then to actually push it and get it working, it's just so much faff. That is actually impressive. Yeah, I'm impressed with that. So straight off the bat, screen's good. So you've got all the Apple CarPlay, which means you'll be able to get your maps and everything else on this screen, which is amazing. You've also got a decent sized speedo, you've got a gear indicator, temperatures, you've got your rev counter, you've got fuel gauges, you've got a couple of different modes on this. So this has got a rain mode, a sport mode, I believe a street mode. Actually shocked at the price of this bike to get a decent touchscreen like that with built-in Apple CarPlay. Amazing. I just want to get out and ride it now, so yeah, stay with me for that. Let's get this bike started. Yes, we like that. Let's see what this ride's like, shall we? Now, this is the bit I've been waiting for. Oh, I like that. Kind of want to keep the indicator on. So you've got like a bit of a glowing green light there when you put your indicator on. It's like Kit. Oh, it's like Kit off Knight Rider, just watching that come across there. I like that, it's pretty cool. Now, I've got to say, this is really comfortable. You go on some sports bikes and they're a bit kind of brutal, aren't they? You lay over the tank, they're not particularly comfortable. There's loads of fun and you get your thrills and stuff, but after half an hour your wrists are killing, you've got a bad back and you need a break. Whereas something like this, because it's only a subtle lean forward in the back, you could be on this for hours and have a whale of a time. So this is a real world test. It's not a pretend one that's been manufactured by a brand to show you how amazing the bike is. I like to show you how a bike copes in the real world, in real conditions. And I've got to say, so far for this bike, I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed with the screen in particular. I'm really blown away by that. I didn't know it had that. It was a bit of a shock. We found out together. But it's a really nice screen. It's a nice screen to look at. But the fact it's got those touchscreen functions on, and it can link up with your phone to the Apple CarPlay, you'll be able to answer calls on the move and all that. I know, controversial. Some people will say, that's dangerous, you shouldn't do that. And you know, for some people, I would agree. Some people are not able to concentrate on their riding whilst being on the phone. And I agree, those people, if you are one of them, I'm not calling you, I'm just merely pointing out that if you're not capable of taking a phone call whilst riding, then don't take a phone call whilst riding. Don't leave yourself in a position where you are in danger. Now, however, there are people that like to listen to music. There are people that like to have a phone call, or you know, they need to make a phone call, and they're able to do that whilst keeping it perfectly safe. And I would consider myself as one of those people. I like to talk to people. I can do it while I'm riding. I'm still checking the area out. I'm still concentrating on what's about me, but I can do it safely. Nationals, come on. Oh my God. Oh, this weather's awful. Right, so I'm in rain mode, as I've already said. Now, rain mode does take quite a lot out of the experience of riding something like this. It does dampen the throttle a bit, but to be fair, I haven't got an issue with it because that's what I wanted, because the weather is horrendous. The road conditions are not the best, but it still picks up speed quite well in rain mode. Just nice and smooth, to be fair. You get to the national speed limit quite quickly. Now let's try with a turn in the road. Let's see what the turning circle's like. I'm gonna turn myself around. Boom, ba-dum. Slow speed. Actually, slow speed, no issues. It's nice. Yeah. Actually, I'm saying rain mode dampens it a little bit. It's still, if you hold that gear a little bit longer than you would normally, it still goes like stink. Last time I was here, I did a very similar route, and I'm doing the same again today. And because we've got this lovely little pond thing going on, it's a nice place to just stop and have a little photo. Oh. Plus, you'd have seen this photo already, because, well, you need a thumbnail, don't you? So let me just have a little photo here. Oh, it's like standard when I'm on a CFMoto, same place. Right, let's get this photo on. Now, I have said this so many times, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but CFMoto, they have the rights to use the KTM engine, and they're making use of it, I think, better than KTM are. I do, I stand by it, because the front of this bike is just so much nicer than the KTM is. Photos done. I really 100% stand by that. This bike is a nicer looking bike than the 790 Duke, and that's what this bike is effectively like competing with. And it's got the same beating heart, it's got the same 799cc engine, only this is a nicer looking machine. If you were KTM, why on earth would you give somebody your engine only for them to make a better bike? Certainly it feels like it. Now, I've just had a little fiddle with the controls there, and I've put it in sport mode because there's a national speed limit road just out there, and I think sport mode needs to be tried, albeit it won't be for long. But straight away you'll notice the engine note, the throttle, the exhaust note actually sounds loads better in sport mode. It certainly firms up the throttle response. Oh, look at red lights come on as well when you're in sport mode. That's a nice little touch, that. Right, let's see if it makes any difference. Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Wow! I want to do that again. Oh, baby! Oh, I believe I've just had a kitten. Oh, wow. That is absolutely amazing. The difference between rain mode and sport mode is unbelievable. Unbelievable. It wasn't a slouch in rain mode, but the second that goes into sport mode and you twist the throttle, honestly, I stopped breathing for a good few seconds there because it took my breath away. The only downside now is I'm on a 30-mile-an-hour road and I want to experience that obscene power again. I love it. Oh, CFMoto, you sexy beast. As a plaything, as something to go on weekends away or going out just for a blast. Oh, is there anything better at this price point? I don't know, you know. And importantly, oh damn these speed limits. But importantly, that power on it is just, yeah, it's instant, it's nice, it's very nice. This is bloody impressive. It's absolutely crazy how good this bike is. And I'm not just saying it, don't get me wrong, if the bike was rubbish I'd tell you, but I'm actually really impressed with this bike across the board. I love the looks of it, the performance of it is just amazing. The performance, it genuinely is. Little touches like the indicator glowing there just makes you smile. All the little bits on here, all the little touches, they're just really nice. And again, I've said it before about another CFMoto that I've been on. It's actually really, well, it appears to be really well made. They do have a premium feel about them. And something like this, it doesn't come with a premium price tag. I think the price of this bike is bang on. In fact, I think it's cheaper than it should be. Show me impressed. Wow. I have got to say now, hands down, one of the most fun bikes I think I've ever been on. And I love this kind of bike. I love Yamaha's MTs, in particular. I really like the naked sports bikes, because for me they're the better way of sports bike riding. They're a bit more comfortable, but you still have the power and everything else. Blown me away, loads better than I expected. So I'm back at AppleYards. If you're interested, I'll put a link in the description, and you should be interested in one of these, because that was amazing. Catch you guys on the next one. Laters.